Hi there guys, it's Richard McMunn here from the company howtobecome.com, and in this next video I'm going to give you another sample police officer final interview question and some tips on how to answer it effectively. Make sure you've got a pen and some paper, take notes of the information that I'll give you in this video. My advice is to watch it from beginning to end because there's some really great tips in here, and then watch it again, okay? And I'll be interested to see what you know about my recommended tips for answering it. Put your comments below this video. I'd love to hear how you're getting on, and if you'd like me to do any particular sample video or question, please put the comment in the comments box below the video and I'll be glad to do that for you. Finally, before I get into the content, if you've not got a copy of this yet, make sure you get it by clicking the link below the video. It's my book called Police Officer Interview Questions and Answers. It covers questions from the competency-based police interview and also the police officer final interview. So the final interview can take any kind of format whatsoever. There's no real structure to it. It'll probably last between 45 and 60 minutes in duration. There will normally be a senior police officer present at the interview and also probably a HR, human resources representative. Okay, they'll both be asking questions. So this particular question is, and it seems like an easy one to answer, but a lot of people get this wrong. They don't cover all of the effective qualities. So what are the effective qualities of a police officer? And there are more than this. I'm going to give you a number of them and explain why each and every one of them are important, so make sure you write them all down. But within here in this book, I'll give you all of them, all of the different ones, and you'll be able to come up with some of them yourself. So again, put them in the comments below this video if you think I've missed any off. Okay, first and foremost, determination. Police officers need to be determined. Okay, they have to be able to see problems through to the end. That's important. Someone who's determined to carry on. When you're a police officer, you can't just go, oh, we'll leave that until tomorrow, or we won't even bother doing that anymore. You've got to be determined to get to the bottom of things and also to resolve things and see them through to the end. Police officers have to be completer finishers, people who get things done and they complete them. That is very important, and not everyone's like that. So you need to prove to the police that you are a determined person, and also resilient. You have resilience to carry on regardless of the pressure that you're under, of what's going on in a particular situation. You're resilient to carry on, especially when you're working under pressure, and you can handle pressure effectively, because you might be the first person to turn up at the scene of a road traffic collision where there's fatalities or casualties, or you turn up to another incident where somebody's been stabbed or someone's been punched and they're severely injured. You have to handle that pressure because there'll be lots of other people around watching what you're doing. You have to be resilient to stay calm and deal with that situation, following your training and operational procedures. Okay, communicate effectively. Police officers have to communicate effectively, not just with each other, but with the control room staff. So when they're speaking on the radio, either handheld or in the car, they need to give clear and concise instructions and explain where they are and what's going on. Also, when talking to members of the public, sometimes they will have to be firm, raise their voice without getting aggressive, because police officers should never get aggressive, but they are in control of the situation. Now, it's not just about verbal communication. It's also about written communication too, because you will need to keep what's called contemporaneous notes. You'll also need to write up statements. So your handwriting needs to be neat and tidy as well, and that will be assessed during the assessment centre. So communicating effectively, both written and verbal communication. Flexible and motivated. So are you motivated to be a police officer? Now that speaks for itself, but flexibility. Remember, you have to work shift work as a police officer, working weekends and sociable hours. Are you flexible enough to do that? Okay, so that's a quality, effective quality of a competent police officer. Open to change. This is a big one of mine, something that I think is very important for people, not just joining the police, but any kind of organisation. We live in a fast-changing world. Things are changing at a rapid rate of knots, and the police want to employ people, men and women, who are open to change. And if you've been in the police force for 10 years and then something comes in, you've been doing it this way for 10 years and someone comes in and changes things, are you open to that change and to trying things? You should be. That's an effective quality of a police officer. Reliable. Are you relied upon to turn up at time at work? Can you do things that you say you're going to do? If you say to your sergeant, well, Sergeant, I'm going to go and do this, and then you don't do it, you're not a reliable person. You have to be trustworthy. You also have to be honest, okay? Honest in your responses at the interview, but also honest when completing the application form, and also honest at work. And you be relied upon, okay? Very important. Integrity. And also teamwork. Can you work with other people? Yes, as a police officer, you have to work on your own, unsupervised, and also be relied upon to ask for help when you need it. If you're unsure about something, then you ask a colleague or a senior officer. But are you able to work with other people? Because not everyone can. Not everyone is capable of working as part of a team, but that's important. Not just with your police officer colleagues, but also with other agencies like the fire service, social services, the list goes on. Okay, you have to be able to work with everybody else. Physically fit speaks for itself. Okay, so you know, it can be argued that the standards now to join the police force are not as high as what they used to be or what they should be, but you should be physically fit, and it is your job to look after your own fitness. Okay, not just getting into the police, but also thereafter. Okay, I like to keep myself fit, do loads of rowing, swimming and walking. You know, and there's no excuse for not maintaining your physical fitness. So make sure you're fit before you join, but also you carry it on when you're in there, because it will make you feel good and you'll be refreshed for your duties. Continuous dev, I've put there, that's continuous development. Somebody who is prepared to continually develop themselves, and that's through learning. And that might just be keeping yourself up to date with operational procedures. Make sure you're reading all your training notes, because you might stay in the police force for many, many years, but you still have to refresh yourself and continually develop and keep yourself updated with what's going on, not just operational procedures. You need to be a role model for the police force, okay? So are you able to demonstrate that you're an effective role model? You know, you wear your uniform with pride and you're smart, and you also abide by the principles and the policies and the guidelines that the police force wants you to. Okay, very important. Make decisions. You have to be able to make a decision. So you can't turn up to an incident. Let's say you're the first onto a scene at a pub and there's a fire in the pub, and you say, well, it's not really my job to do anything here. You know, we'll have to wait for the fire service to turn up. You have to make a decision there and then on what to do. And it's your safety that's important, your colleagues' safety, and also the safety of the public. Very important. Do you have enough resources at the incident? Do you need to call control and get those resources in to help deal with the situation? And also being professional and organised. It's up to you, you know, to keep a check of your diary and make sure you are at places when you say you are going to be there, and being professional and organised at all times. So that's just a small number of the effective qualities of a police officer. So I've been going on for about 5 minutes now. So if I was at the final interview and the senior officer or the HR representative said to me, what are the effective qualities of a police officer? I'd be able to rattle all of them off, and you should be able to too. And like I said, if you've got any others that you think I've missed out, make sure you include them below the video. Please, if you've enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because I'm creating videos like this all of the time, and you'll be the first to be notified if you like the video. And also, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You'll get an email from me as soon as I've uploaded another video relevant to the police officer or any other kind of career. Don't forget, click the link below the video now, get a copy of this book, because if you're going through the interview, competency-based or final interview, you won't regret it. This will really help you. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck in your pursuit to becoming a police officer.